All right, welcome back. This is part 2 of Monday, June 20th of 2022. Sorry, I kind of had to end the video kind of quick there because, well, there were 2 cops over by Domino's and they're arresting some guy. Why? I don't know. I didn't even bother to look what time it was, so I'm going to assume that's probably around 7:30-ish. So, yeah. If you recall in the last part, I talked about how I wanted to do a side series on this channel about national anthems. But I kind of do it in the way of how I talk about each one in alphabetical order and or based off of the order of my geography channel. I always watch Geography Now. And then I also talked about all the countries that I recognized, and I give you a back history of well, really 2 of the 3 of how each one kind of exists and what their main problem is. So, yeah. There's a lot of countries I want to go to, honestly. Since we're on that territory of talking about countries and all that. Alright, first things first. What are the top 3 countries I want to go to here in North America, besides here in my own home country of America? Well, on the top of the list, I want to go back to Canada. Like, I want to see Western Canada. I want to go to Toronto, maybe Ottawa, or hell, even go to Quebec. Oh boy, I'm gonna have to wait out on this and. Alright, so I want to go back to Canada. Let's see here. Pick number 2, probably Mexico. And then, third, I don't know. Maybe the Bahamas. I don't know. I just want to go to like an island country here in North America, and there's quite a lot of them. Last I knew, there was at least there's 10 of them, as far as I know of. I mean, there's a lot of continental countries here in North America, but once you go past Mexico, the smaller the mainland country gets. Because, I mean, when you think of a country in North America, you kind of default to the 3 big ones of the US, Canada, and Mexico. So yeah, those are my 3 picks of the 3 countries in North America I would either want to go to again or just go to in general. Now you're probably wondering, Okay, so you kind of explained where you want to go in Canada again. Where would you go for Mexico and the Bahamas? Well, the Bahamas is kind of a no-brainer. Just out on the beach, man. In Mexico, I honestly don't know. Because I feel like I know nothing about Mexico. Even though, I talk so much shit about Mexico and, its inhabitants. Because, let's just say that our neighbor to the south kind of has a very turbulent history. Let's just put it that way. I mean, hell, there was one point, in North America where Mexico was the largest country on the continent, and then it changed once, like, after the Mexican-American War hit, because, well, to make a long story short, because I really want to talk about the Mexican-American War at one point on my channel, let's just say that Mexican-American War hits. It was kind of influenced on lies in a way, according to, a very certain Abraham Lincoln, even though he was a member of Congress at the time. But, yeah, we kind of stole half of Mexico's land, and that's how we became a country of, from the Atlantic to the Pacific, or a more familiar phrase to you, from sea to the shining sea. Yeah, that was pretty much a result of the Mexican-American War. Okay. Plus, there were a lot of coups and military dictatorships in Mexico. A lot of revolutions. It's just a whole big mess that I really want to get into, but we don't have time for that. But yeah, again, that's a story for another day. Okay, South America. The three main countries I really want to go to in South America. I actually don't know. Because the thing is that, okay, for one, those two chicks over there, they're cute. Sorry, I want to go on a tangent real quick. Anyways, South America. There are 12 countries on the South American continent. And the funny thing is that half of the entire continent is Brazil. Half of it is Brazil. And then the other half is, well, everyone that isn't Brazil. Which means that probably the most abundant language of South America is more than likely Portuguese. Spanish is the next. Followed by French, English, and Dutch. But the two main languages of South America are Portuguese and Spanish. The hell? So, I actually don't know. I mean, I guess going to Brazil would be kind of cool. Go to Rio. Let's see here. What else is there? There's Rio. And then there's... Oh, God. Maybe, like, go south into, like, Argentina. Man, I don't know. So let's just say Brazil, Argentina, and Chile, just to say something. Yeah, we'll just say that. Oh God. Okay. All right. All right, next continent. Now we're hopping across the pond, the northern half of the pond, on such a happy empire-craving continent. Practically most of the New World's origins, I guess you could say, Europe. Now here's the thing: there's at least like 50 countries in Europe or something like that. I don't know. There's a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 4 for Europe instead of 3. Yeah, I know. Kind of unfair to the rest of the continents. But there's a good reason why. And if you let me say that. What I'll do is I'll pick 2 of the big guys. Like France, England, Germany, Italy, Spain, those countries. And then I'll pick 2 of the smaller, lesser known countries of Europe to go to. So let's start out with the big guys. The 2 main European countries that I would like to go to, well, go over to the UK, because in a way they kind of created us Americans. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be speaking English. And then there's Germany. Mainly because of, Germany has a lot of, I would say its World War II history is a lot more prevalent than World War I history. Germany has a lot of famous landmarks, monuments, or whatever that deals with the time before, during, and a little bit after World War II. So just in general, the 1930s and 40s. And I guess part of the early stages of the Cold War. Because there's still spots of the Berlin Wall that's still up. So yeah, England, because it's the heritage and I guess you could say father country of our country, even though it's one of the oldest in Europe. Okay. Let's see here. All right. Plus, I want to learn German. That's another reason why I want to go to Germany. It's mainly because of the World War II history over there, and so I can learn the language. Um, okay, we're now entering the areas of Hucklebuck, which is also meaning we're about to enter Traptorian territory, which is my self-proclaimed independent country that I am like president. I guess you can, well, even though on paper it says I'm president for life, but I guess you could say it's kind of like a presidentiary dictatorship. Presidentiary dictatorship. I think that's the proper term for it, actually. Although some people just simplify saying the term president for life just means dictator. Okay. Let's see here. Alright, we're now entering into the country of Traptoria. Right here would be a checkpoint. Of course, any and all Traptorian citizens. Okay, let me rephrase that. Any and all Traptorian officials are free to interchangeably cross the border at any given moment. Like top ranking government officials, like me, for example. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go down Adams this way, and I'm gonna loop around go through Gebhardt and go back this way. That way I go down all the way on Mark, then can continue the rest of the voyage, pilgrimage, or whatever you want to call it. Okay, anyways. I'm getting off topic. Oh yeah, Europe. Countries I'm gonna go to in Europe. I already explained England and Germany. That's the two big ones. Two smaller ones, like lesser known ones. Well, let's see. I feel like that I should go to the Vatican, because, it's the world's smallest country. And like how I said in part 1, it is the least country-like country that is still a country. Let's see here. Another small country, a smaller, lesser-known country. I don't know. I actually don't know. So I'm going to say... Oh, God. I'm going to say Liechtenstein. Because there's a little history story about Liechtenstein's army from a long time ago. They had 80 soldiers, and then they came back with 81. And according to legend, it turns out that they made an Italian friend. Oh, they finally leveled that out. Jesus, about time they did. I remember when that was a house. And there was a bunch of plants and trees up along there. Oh boy. Okay. So, let's see here. Alright, so we did both the Americas and Europe. Alright, so now from here on out, we're just gonna do the 3. I just only want to do 4 of Europe because, well, I mean, I was gonna end up picking 3. Probably gonna end up picking 3 big countries, but yeah, I just want to be different for a little bit. All right, we're gonna go ahead and end this off right here. I'm about to enter the family portion of Hucklebuck and Trattoria. So this is the end of part 2. We'll see you in part 3 once I leave the family sector.